The Grand Canyon is a special place with in the neighborhood of 5 million people a year coming out to see it. People from all over the world. Out of the 5 million people a year that are coming to the canyon, less than 10% of them ever step even 1 foot below the rim. Less than 1% ever make it all the way down to the bottom. It's a big challenge. It requires a lot of physical training and conditioning, and that's difficult to do with a big heavy backpack on your back, doing that for miles on end. But this is not a normal backpacking trip that we're doing. Doing this with a wheelchair, that really raises the stakes, doesn't it?
I was always adventurous. I was involved in every club, every organization, played every sport imaginable under the sun because I just couldn't sit still. I always wanted to be doing something. Our school created a ski club that went every Wednesday. 3 other friends and I drove out to the ski slope. And I was just doing my leisurely skis with my friends down, and there was a patch of grass. I basically head dove into a tree. I remember yelling at my 3 friends, "Hey, I broke my legs, help get me up." But they knew. They airlifted me to the University of Cincinnati Medical Center. And at that point, they told me that I may never walk again. When I went through rehab and made it home, I noticed one day that the skis were out with the trash. And I said to my mom, I said, "What are you doing with those?" And she said, "Why would you want to hold on to these?" And I said, "Because that's part of my life. It's the reason I'm in a wheelchair today. And you never know. I might use them again someday."
I didn't know him pre-accident. I've only known him in a chair. And so I heard, stories and, oh, he was like this. Oh, it was such a horrible accident. But I didn't really have the concept of that because he's such a strong person now.
I joined the Columbus wheelchair rugby team in '93. People say, "Man, do you guys get hurt?" But our response is always, "Well, what's the worst thing that can happen? I'm gonna break my neck?" I still love playing the sport. I still want to be the top dog and score a lot of goals and make a lot of blocks. But now I feel like this time is best spent with my kids because they're growing.
Oh, I always wanted to do that.
Before we started having kids, I was afraid of what their lifestyle would be like. I'm an adventurous guy, but I didn't want to have my kids held back from doing anything because dad couldn't, or have that parent that nobody respects because they're in a wheelchair.
Well, Haley, what's something that you know that is different from our life than others?
Probably like at the soccer field, how you guys can't sit where everybody else is sitting. You guys have to sit by yourself, and you gotta walk on the track in front of everybody just to see me play. Things are not made as equal for people that have disabilities, and people don't care to fix it because they don't know what it's like to have a disability.
We deal with that a lot, don't we?
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I still get sentimental from time to time, and it's usually when we're traveling and there's something that the family wants to go see, and it's just impossible for me to get up there. We went out to the Grand Canyon. We were out right up to the edge, and I got a little nervous, but we looked over the edge, and there was people way down there. One of my daughters said, "Hey, Dad, how do we get you down there?" And I said, "I don't think that's going to happen."
Reconnecting with nature and hitting the trails has been the go-to for many within the last year, but some have never had that option. But thanks to innovative and inclusive thinking, that is about to change.
This all-terrain wheelchair, dubbed Rosie, allows volunteers with Luke 5 Adventures to move hikers through rough trails. Schwieger says they're one of the only groups in the country giving this adventure to those who otherwise may never be able to leave behind this muddy track. Luke 5 Adventures makes the impossible possible.
Hey man,
I found it.
Yeah, you found it. I tried to hide from you, but you found it.
I have a group of friends who are part of the Really Bad Idea Club. And that means that when any of us call one of the others and say, "have a really bad idea," the only appropriate response is, "Okay, where and when should I meet you?" So I have a really bad idea. This opportunity has come up for us to take a hiker with Luke 5 Adventures down to the bottom of Grand Canyon. Brian and I didn't have much connection over the years, but our families like knew of each other. We'd see each other around town, that sort of thing. Well, then Brian all of a sudden signed up for this trip we did at Mammoth Cave last winter. And that's when I got to know him as an adventurer too.
I'm extremely excited. I mean, I can't believe that this is actually happening.
This is going to quench a part of my soul. This is something that I've always wanted to do, but didn't think I had the opportunity. A little nervous, but very excited.
This is day before the hike. Going to just have a time together planning, and bright and early tomorrow before dawn we're waking up, headed to the Grand Canyon.
The kid sent me a video?
Hey Dad, we're sending a video to tell you good luck on your trip tomorrow. We're super excited for you.
Oh yeah, it doesn't sit.
Hey Dad, good day tomorrow. Sure, I'm nervous, but once you get down there, you're gonna love it. Make sure to take lots of pictures and miss you.
Bye!
Yeah.
Awesome. Hey kids, thank you for the video. That made my night. And I hope I do you proud by going down to the canyon and coming back and telling you all about it. Can't wait to talk to you when we get back from the bottom of the canyon. Love you guys.
Let's get over there first.
Cool.
Sounds good.
This morning we got up at 3 a.m. and drove an hour and a half up to the start of this amazing adventure. I was a little nervous this morning, but now that I'm on it, I'm getting more excited. Like, I'm getting giddy. Yeah, definitely would not have gotten here by myself. Oh my Lord.
Welcome to the Grand Canyon.
Wow.
Phenomenal. Last chance to back out, so we're not doing that. Hiking down into the Grand Canyon is not something to be taken lightly. It's 5,000 to 6,000 feet in elevation going from the top down to the bottom. Taking someone down in a wheelchair, of course, that raises the stakes much higher, doesn't it? It's required jumping through some hoops and getting special permission all the way up to the superintendent of the park to allow us to do what we're about to do, because taking a wheeled device down into the canyon is not by any means an easy thing to do.
Lisa at the backcountry office was very heavily warning us because of its difficulty. And I was a little frustrated because I couldn't convince her that this was doable. When she began to give me statistics about how many bodies are actually found in the canyon, how many rescues they have to do, I was able to look at it through her lens of the rigors and the possible dangers of this.
Here you go.
Park Service works very hard to discourage people from trying to go to the bottom of the canyon and back out. One of the funny things we're going to see as we start down the trail in less than a mile, we're going to see this sign right next to the trail. It's a graphic image and it's designed to scare people. I talked to a park ranger one time. He told me they used to have a less graphic, a less scary looking image on there. He actually changed it and made it look more intimidating.
Just cresting over the top and starting that trail, realizing it wasn't just a paved sidewalk all the way down. That was eye-opening. When we came around the bend and first saw and heard the Colorado River, that was amazing. Just to hear the roar of the river, the flow of it. I gotta pinch myself, I don't feel like this is real. You know, at the top, even when I was here 3 years ago, you can see the canyon, but it's so far away, there's like a haze. Yeah. When you get down, everything is so much more colorful. You can see more formations and more shadows. It's a completely different experience. Yeah. Right at the top, it's cool. It's like, oh, this big hole in the ground.
when you're in the hole, it's a big hole. So I'm just loving this. That this organization came together so I can have a dream of mine come true. It's really, I just lost the words. I have nothing I can say except thank you, thank you, thank you. And we still got 2 more days left.
That's right.
So I can't imagine how much better it's going to get.
What?
Grab this chair. Let me come sit over there and help, watch you, help you. Come here.
Oh, you guys got a system. Yeah. I'm gonna let you do your system, and I'll take the light chair.
When we first were married, I had to learn how to hold things or do things for him that he still independently wants to do. Now, when we're doing something, I have all the tools kind of in my hands ready, and we're like a surgeon. You know, he needs something, I know what he needs, I know how to hand it to him right, and we get the jobs done way easier than we used to. I say I'm a sidekick in training. I'm not sure when the training ends because 24 years into it, I'm still training.
There it is. The mummy.
The mummy.
I am cocooned up, warm, comfortable, ready to get another 4 to 5 hour hike again tomorrow.
All right.
As good as we get.
The saying around here is down is optional, up is mandatory. What goes down must go up. We're hiking a mountain upside down. We do the easy part first and the hard part later.
Started the ascent up 1,500-ish feet, which was the most treacherous terrain I've ever seen.
Yeah, we got a situation here.
Took a spill.
Anybody not ready? You guys want another? Heck yeah.
The front Sherpa probably carries about 60% of the weight, and it's the machine, the person, the hiker, and then all the equipment we got on there too. So it's not a light load, and that gravity doesn't care about your feelings.
It was a really technical section that we just did. We actually ended up putting 2 more Sherpas on ropes, so we had 5 on the Rosie, 2 on the side, crossed 4 riverbeds, did about a quarter mile through a stream on the way up, and I think total we did probably about 800 feet in that section.
These Sherpas are amazing. They're putting their body at risk, their muscles at risk just to get me. I'm so grateful. The conditions are so treacherous, so we're going to stay here for the night, hopefully get some rest and some ibuprofen in our bodies, and then start the trek up to the rim tomorrow.
It's pretty steep compared to where we're at to get to the top, but I'm excited. This has been an adventure that I never thought would even be like this.
You got a lot of people who love you. Yeah.
From the top of the canyon all the way down, everybody has been cheering us on. Everybody has been in that perspective that you want to see out in the world every day.
People are coming up to us asking us what we're doing, and we tell them what we're doing, and they're like, wow, that's incredible.
It speaks to kind of a larger metaphor of don't let things hold you back.
And that's what it's all about, helping each other in our struggles, all our struggles.
I don't know if it's friendship or love or both, all of it, but it's beautiful to see.
We've been joking around the whole way, asking people as they stare at us, hey, join in if you'd like to help, and nobody's taking us up on it. And this one gentleman, he didn't even ask questions, said, yep, I'll help. People like this is why we do this. It gives me faith back in humanity that people will do whatever it takes to help anybody out.
I just hope that this shows how kind people are and how that generosity and how that love and support and that motivation, it's motivating us to keep going, and I hope it's motivating people to do the same, go down and get back and look at disabilities a little bit different.
Are you guys waiting on Brian?
We are.
All right.
We can't wait.
I'll listen for you cheering.
How is that possible? I can't believe we did. I didn't really want to do this at first when he called.
You're a sucker. Sucker for a really bad idea.
I can do everything you can do. I just do it either differently or slower or both, but there's nothing that I won't at least try.